Welcome back to 5 Minute Knives, the channel that knows so much more than you do about knives. Today, we're going to talk about a Knerfel that was sent to me that I think would be really perfect for the caveman in you. But first, I'm going to try to sell you guys one of my custom Kydex sheaths. And we're back! Okay, that was an ad for my custom Kydex sheaths, and as you know, you can acquire one by emailing me at dragonscalejoe@gmail.com, sending a picture of the knife you want a sheath made for, and let me know how you want to carry it, roughly what colors you want. I will send you back either a quote or a refusal to make it. So there you go. Now let's get into it. Shroupy knives. Shroupy? Stroup? Stroup? Streep? Stroup knives. It's pronounced however you want, okay? Stroup knives, the TU2 G10 fixed blade. I saw this one on the Blade Schnoppers, and I told my buddy Andy, I gotta get one of these things in hand. Shroupy knives. Let's open this thing up. Now, when I opened up this box, I instantly liked the packaging. I like this little I don't know. It just feels good. They sent a picture of a caveman. It says Stroup Knives. That's their logo. And here's a QR code. Instagram.com/Stroup Knives and StroupKnives.com. info@StroupKnives.com. These are the emails. Pretty minimalist, which I do appreciate. So there's the box. Here's the Knerfel, and it comes with a tech lock. Now, you guys know that all my sheaths come with a combat loop, but being in the field, I've actually come to appreciate the tech lock when it's on my duty belt. Because sometimes the combat loops, if I sit in a certain way, I'll push the button and kind of open it up, and the tech lock just remains shut. So, although the combat loops are easier to open, there is something to be said about a tech lock if you just never want this baby to open on you. So, I like both. Here's the sheath. This is in a purple G10 handle, which I really like. And let's take a look at this son of a gun. Now, here's the sheath. It's kind of like a little bit weird. It kind of comes up along the side here. I've never tried anything like that, because what I found in my experience is often the customer will grip this son of a gun and then go to push out and can't get the damn thing out because their grip is keeping it closed. So if you know that going in, and kind of give her a nice push off here, like so. And by the way, let me resheath that. Okay, so here's the sheath. No wobble like this, but if I pull out just ever so slightly, we have wobble. And that is a little concerning to me. Not a huge fan of the sheath design. However, I think the blade makes up for it. It's cool. Check that out. A little bit of oil. Check that out. Feels solid in the hand. I really like the G10 handles. Good fit and finish. I love the way this kind of bird's beak comes down and you got your little lanyard hole here. It is actually very nice. I think it is solid in the hand. A bit of a just ever continuing clip point here. It's weird. It's both like delicate and tank-like, very thick. Does not have a sharpening choil, but it's oddly elegant. I think this would be a great knife for a caveman. Like if you're a caveman and you live in a cave, I think you'd really like this. Plus the pop of purple would make you feel like royalty, you know? You'd be the only caveman with a purple handled knife. That alone would get you the cave ladies, I think. So, just an opinion. But this blade length is 4.5 inches. The handle length is 4.125, so pretty well balanced. Not too bad. The overall length is 8.75. And this is made from 1095 high carbon steel. Good old 1095. Easy to sharpen in the field, and it's really good for the thicker knives like this. It's in a acid black wash finish. And the handle material is a purple G10, and I really like the way that it's been kind of scalloped out, like so. So it's kind of nice, right? The sheath material is Kydex with a tech lock. Sort of not a fan of the sheath. Weight of the knife is 4.9 ounces, and the weight with the sheath is 7.2. So it feels heavier than it is. It's got a little chunk to it, but I don't know why. There are grooves all along the spine, which I actually think are kind of cool, almost acting as like, you know, spots for your thumb. And the thumb ramp itself has no jimping, which I don't really hate. It's kind of textured, so it doesn't really bother me. This knife is oddly elegant for being so rough looking and so rough finished, but it has an elegance to it I can't really explain until you get it in the hand. It's got some good weight to it. It's made in the good old US of A by designer Chris Stroup. I think it's Stroup. Let's go with Stroup. Chris Stroup. made the Stroup knives. And I looked on Blade Ops, and for a company I've never heard of, they have a lot of really cool designs that interested me. In particular, a lot of axes and hatchets and very cool chopping knives, you know, 9-inch plus blades. Neat stuff. Well made. Really nice. Now, if you bought this knife, you're going to shell out currently, and of course, price is subject to change, $239.99. So not a cheap knife. And considering it's $10.95 steel, should you buy it? Well, I would say that would depend on how much these like hammer marks connect with you, how much the design connects with you, how much you want a blade at the 4.5-inch blade length size. Tip very acute. Now, I will tell you this, if you want to reprofile it, you're going to be at it for a while. This is very thick stock behind the blade. I don't have a caliper on me to measure, but it's thick. That being said, it's not bad. The handle has some variance from one side to the other. If you can see right here, look. See how this right side kind of comes in almost a little bit more? See if I can have the light catch that just right. Yep, there it is. So this side comes in a little bit more and this side's a little thicker right there. That's just because somebody just carved a little bit there and didn't carve a little bit there. So it's not symmetrical if you look at it from a top-down view, which could bother some of you, you know, OCD folks. But once you get this baby in hand, she feels great. It's a nice, comfortable knife, little thin in the handle, not bad. Again, is it worth the $239.99? It depends on how much this connects with you, where you're at in your collection, whether or not you need to add another, you know, 4 to 6 inch fixed blade. Where do I see this in use? Well, I see this if you really want to go out and try to discover fire. It'd be good to have this on your belt, you know? I mean, if you grow a lot of hair out of your forehead, this might be the way to go. I really do think this is a fine caveman implement. Man's second oldest tool, right? You got hammers, and then you got Knerflies. And I believe that any caveman would be very proud to own this. It does have an odd appeal that as I handle it, I can't really quantify. It's just something I really like about this knife and I don't understand it. It's fun. It's a fun knife. And because it's not like quote unquote perfect as far as its design, symmetry, you know, these hammer marks, a little thick behind the blade here, it kind of lends itself to a real user knife. You know, I just wish that price it could come down just a little bit on these guys. I could see this at around $200 just fine, $180 just fine. At $240 plus shipping, I don't know, man. I mean, not so much for me. I am glad I got it in hand. It is neat, and it did turn me onto a brand I didn't know about. So, Stroupy Knives, I am going to check you out. I do like this stuff, and if you want to send me future stuff, feel free. But I am a budget-minded dude, okay? I like things that my viewers can afford, and my viewers, by and large, are really broke. So that tells me you guys want to make stuff a little bit more budget conscious for them, and we'd be in good shape. Now, I could see a few of you guys picking this up, based on the fact that we all like purple and black. It's a cool color scheme. The black wash finish is neat. The hammer marks are really neat. This is like a piece you would talk about. You go hunting with a friend or something like that. You pull this bad Larry out, he's going to have some questions. So that's half the reason we collect certain knives. Now, here's the sheath. She goes in solid with no variance at all. But look, without any prodding or anything, I can pull it out that much. And actually, yeah, there's that rattle. Can you hear that? Maraca. You get a maraca. So if you're bored out in the woods and there's no music to keep you busy, you can always just pop this out just a little bit and be the maraca player in your own little mariachi band. Okay? So that's actually pretty nice. Other than that, if you're going to be spending $240 anyway, what's another $65 for a sheath from me? Maybe you might want to send this my way and I'll hook you up with something a little more tangible. But this will work just fine. It's a minimalist design. It's a taco design. I do like that it comes with a tech lock. Not a bad system, if you ask me. If this is all you had while you're out there, you just better be good at sharpening. That's all I can say. Other than that, I do like it. I just don't like the price. Stroup knives, good job on the design. As far as the execution, we could touch it up just a little bit. Says me. Could be wrong. Educate me in the comments if you disagree. And I will see you guys next time on 5 Minute Knives.